I'm coming in, looking at the frequently bought together, seeing what I can do to not necessarily invent a new product, but just to get the perceived value and the functional value of the product to be far exceeding what else is out there. And I'm literally just launching a new product right now, which
Lunch with Lunch with Lunch with
Hey everyone, it's Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. All right, in this episode, we're going to be talking about building financial freedom with Amazon FBA and personal branding. And we're also going to be covering what's your top advice. This is to our guest on choosing products to sell on Amazon. What are the best tips for sourcing and verifying suppliers? And how do you stay focused and knock out your goals? So welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA and e-commerce podcast. Okay, as discussed, we're going to be talking about building financial freedom with Amazon FBA and personal branding. Our guest has been selling on Amazon for almost 6 years and built a full-time income launching private label product brands. He started after breaking his leg skateboarding, which led him to sit out of his job for a couple of months. He realized how one stream of income is actually quite risky. He now shows others the benefits of building their own financial freedom on his YouTube and Instagram channel. And we're going to welcome Luke Wechselberger. Wechselberger. Luke, tell me if I nailed it or if I suck. All right, let's have a quick word from our sponsor. I want to thank Jeff Schick Legal for sponsoring this episode of Lunch with Norm. You've probably heard on the podcast about Amazon suspensions. They're very real. It can happen at any time. And when it does happen, how do you get out of it? How does the little guy like you and me get out of these suspensions without paying an arm and a leg in legal fees? This is where Jeff Schick Legal is here to help. For a very low monthly retainer, for only $89, get access to Amazon attorney Jeff Schick. That's right. You can sit back, relax, enjoy that cup of coffee while listening to the Lunch with Norm podcast, knowing that you have an advocate and a partner in your business success. But wait, just mention Lunch with Norm and receive 50% off the first 2 months. Get the protection you need and visit jeffschick.com today. That's JEFFSCHICK.com. Now let's get back to the show. Welcome, Luke.
Hey, how are you doing, Norm? Thanks for having me.
All right. Did I suck or did I get kind of close?
You got
closer.
You got closer the second time around. It's
okay.
Wechselberger. Yeah.
You even have a hard time saying it, right?
It's hard. I really got to enunciate it every time. That's why I just stick with the Luke W on YouTube and everywhere else except Instagram. And then, yeah, I get tons of questions. How do you say it? What the heck? Where'd you come from, man? What the heck?
Yeah. That's like my name is not that complicated. It's Farrar. And anybody asks me, it's just like, how do you pronounce it? Because Farrar, and it's like Ferrari, no I, no money. That's the thing. If you just remember Ferrari, no I, and no money, you'll get my name right. So anyways, we got a lot to talk about today. And I think this is going to be a really fun episode. And one of the things that so many people talk about is how do they select their Amazon FBA products? And that was an intriguing, before the podcast, we always get some topic and some bullets on what the guest specializes in. And it's like, all right, let's see now what Luke has to say. And let's go for it. So product selection, how are you doing it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's tons of YouTube videos out there that may give you different advice. And I just kind of may give you, well, it will, they will. A lot of it is pretty much the same stuff that you're going to hear from person to person to person. And it's really kind of like golf. If you're just one or two strokes better in your technique, you're going to do leagues better than a lot of the other people that are just doing the basic stuff. Now, when it comes to me, I take a lot of the basic approach to it. I'll start with kind of, one of the product research web apps, whether it's a Jungle Scout or a Helium 10. And lately I have just been using the keyword research method inside Helium 10, which will give you keywords that are just going to show what has the highest search volume. And then you find these niches that are already getting highly searched. You got to be careful with that, however, because you're going to be getting a lot of seasonal items, perhaps around holidays. Things that are going to be searched more around those seasons are going to pop up more. So you do have to have some basic fundamental knowledge of, good product ideas that are going to be evergreen, that are going to last a year, that aren't going to be seasonal. And then from there, really, I just love to see when I'm looking at that first page on Amazon, if all the products look really similar to each other, that's kind of a really good segue into me thinking, all right, we have a higher potential to stand out here because everyone's doing almost the same thing. We do need to make sure the reviews, the revenue, the sales are consistently high. The reviews are low, hopefully, but you can even compete when the reviews are higher in these product markets. And that may be a good sign that there's, more competition, which may mean there's more demand for those products in the first place. And as long as you can do what I love to specialize in is really just creating these product bundles to stand out. And everyone's doing the same thing. I'm coming in, looking at the frequently bought together, seeing what I can do to not necessarily invent a new product, but just to get the perceived value and the functional value of the product to be far exceeding what else is out there. And I'm literally just launching a new product right now, which I've just basically done exactly what I said. Everyone's selling the same thing. I came in with a solid bundle, which no one, I'm surprised, was doing. And usually these bundled items I bundle are going to be, complementary items. I'm not going to sell something that's an equal value. So people are like, he's doing the bundle, but he's charging twice as much. It just doesn't make sense. So as long as you can come in at almost a no-brainer price where everyone's selling the same thing, and then you're coming in with that extra freebie item that people were going to buy anyway, and it's the same price as everyone else, then, you made a no-brainer offer. So it's kind of how I start finding the product markets, and then I just see where I can, take advantage with the bundling opportunities.
That's a really great approach. I know Sean Hart over at Post Purchase Pro, he talks about that all the time, trying to find the the offer you can't refuse. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're putting together, like for us, I just have this sitting beside me, but a knife, like a kitchen knife, and a honing rod. You put those two together, and that's a nice little bundle. If you can offer some other things, even better. But I don't know if you do this with your, like, once you get that bundle set up and you start to get sales coming in, and we'll talk about that in a second. But we were talking about this the other day on how you create value added after the sale. And we were talking about this knife. That's why it's sitting beside me. And how they have a 52-week meal plan that's free. And it goes out, it tells you what you have to buy with your groceries, or it tells you the recipes. And it's fantastic. And it's actually very well done. It's made by chefs. And this is a value added that costs absolutely, Chuck, the mafia offer. You got it. You've got it. But these are the sort of things that people like pre-sale and post-sale. So it's not just about the virtual bundle, but doing what you're doing, at least my opinion, is the absolute way to go. And going on to Helium 10 and creating those silos and finding those niche, like the niche the sub niches. I love that. Tim Jordan and I were talking about that on a few of our Centurion League calls when it existed back last year. And yeah, it was fantastic what we were able to find, like on a whim. And we were just talking and we said, oh, let's check this out. Used helium-10, and oh, there was a sub niche. And then we looked at Alibaba. We saw that there was a huge market for this product, but it was in a different material. And the product, now that we've talked about it, is now saturated, but it worked really, really well. So two things that you're doing that I love. I think that's perfect. That's a 5 beer rating. And not too many people get five beards. So just letting you know.
5 beards. I have half a beard compared. I mean, I have an eighth of a beard compared to you. I don't even know what I would call it. But I wanted to chime in and say a couple other little tidbits there for everyone listening. Yeah, as you were saying there, creating the value after the sale. And when I did my first ever product, which was a neodymium magnets, they're really strong magnets. I don't know if you've ever heard about these. And there were issues with, getting it reinstated after Amazon's like, oh, these could be a choking hazard. And I had to prove that they're 1.26 inches in diameter for it not to be a choking hazard. It was a whole month, and I learned, calling seller support day after day, and I learned what selling on Amazon could mean and how you got to stick with it. But I saw the success on the other side, and I was like, how can I get this product to stand out? Everyone has that same image that I'm seeing. And then I simply went and created an ebook, and I was able to throw that on my main image, and it just stood out way more. And I saw my sales increase. I was able to increase my price, and it was just the creative ways to use these neodymium magnets. And for instance, some of these ways, you can, they're strong enough to hold up your hammers in a workshop and tools like that. You can tie them on the end of a fishing line, throw them down in a lake, and find metal junk at the bottom of a lake or something with these magnets. So yeah, just that ebook did a whole lot for that product after the fact of already having it launched on Amazon. And I just had to change that main image and then send an email out every time someone bought the product with the ebook.
Can I stop you there for a second? So you've created an ebook. You've put it on the listing so people know that that's available. How did you get the email or the ebook out to the person once they purchased the sale, if they didn't go and register?
Right. So I was doing this manually, and this was my first ever product. So this was years ago. And every time you make that sale, you can go see after it says payment complete in your orders. You just click on the person's name, press the other box, and then you can send out a message to them. And I just included, hey, here's your free ebook with the purchase. And I had a little link to a PDF, and that was all it really was, with a title and then the 50 days below it. And no one ever complained about it. Everyone, I started to see reviews coming in and said, oh, these were really creative ways to use the magnets. And I was like, wow, they're actually receiving the ebook, and it's really creating a value there.
That's great. Now, I guess nowadays it'd be a little bit different though, correct?
Yeah. I mean, you can still go in right now and click on each person's name, and there still is that a box there to press other, and then you can still send an email out to people. Yeah, I mean, you can still do that as far as I'm concerned. But right now, I just have all my emails getting sent through Helium-10 system follow-up. And, as many orders as I'm making, it's just going to send them out automatically. And it wasn't a link like, go leave a review or any weird incentivized thing. It was part of the purchase that I had to include that. So it was never against terms of service in the first place.
Okay, very good. All right. Sorry for interrupting. Next.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do one last thing and tell you guys a couple other quick product research methods. So one, I like to just go into Alibaba's new arrivals, and I found some amazing products, and they're doing just that, because everyone might be using black box. Everyone's using these methods. You got to think outside the box. You can go to, there's other ways. You can go to YouTube and top tech products for 2023, whatever. Look at YouTube reviews. And even when you find a product that you want to sell, go look at actual videos on YouTube, and you'll see your competitors and what they're doing, and they're giving them away to influencers on, and maybe you see, okay, well, this is what they're doing, and you can replicate that process if you decide to launch the product yourself. But yeah, new arrivals on Alibaba is really good. And then there's this negative keyword research method, which if anyone can do this after I just tell you it on this call, it'd be pretty cool. But you basically type a minus and then a bunch of random keywords in on the search bar, press enter, and then the left-hand side where it shows all the different categories, home and kitchen, whatever, you click on that, and then you're able to go down to page. Actually, then you go sort by price high to low after you're in a category and after you've typed in all these the negative keyword, a minus and a bunch of random keywords. It basically pulls up every product that's in that category. And then you sort like 400 pages. It'll show you at the bottom of unlimited pages pretty much of the products in there. You sort by the price high to low. And then you go to page 2. And then when you're on page 2, it'll enable this thing in the URL that will say page equals 2. You can go up to the URL and change the page equals 2 to page equals 84 and then enter, and then you'll shoot to page 84. And now you found all the products in that category that are in a specific price range, maybe $60, $62. And it's just every product in that category in that price point. And I actually found one of my best-selling products doing that method in the beauty category. So that's why it's really confusing. I have videos about it, but I have not heard anyone else do that method. So
I've never heard that. Yeah, very interesting.
I found that one on my own somehow. I took someone's idea of negative keyword research thing, and then I sorted by the price high to low and like did all these extra steps myself, and then kind of came up with that one on my own.
So Kelsey has posted your YouTube channel, and hopefully this won't be too hard, but to try to find that YouTube, the YouTube video that you have, and we'll post it here. But that's very interesting. I've never thought about doing it that way. Something unique. All right, Luke.
There you go. I had to bring at least something special for you guys.
Well, you did. Now, the other things about sourcing products, are there any other things that you're looking at? Any other sourcing techniques outside of helium-10 or the technique you just showed us when you're going to your supplier, when you're approaching your supplier?
I mean, when it comes to getting into the suppliers and validating a supplier, verifying that they're legit, that's kind of where we'll segue into probably soon. But I think all the methods I just showed you, the keyword research method on Helium-10, the new arrivals on Alibaba, looking at other reviews of products on YouTube that are up and coming and popular, using Google Trends for keywords to see what's on the rise. I mean, all these little things are there, and that's kind of the brunt of the product research. The more difficult part and the real crux of it comes down to, getting a good supplier, getting a good price from your supplier, and then being able to get that bundle. And that's kind of difficult because not all suppliers are going to carry the bundle item that you need. Oftentimes they will, but sometimes you may have to ship from one supplier to another, which I've been able to get that for free. You just say, hey, I need to buy these, and you're going to ship these to another supplier in China, for instance. They'll often say I just negotiate. I say, I'll buy from you if you can include the shipping for free from your warehouse to the other supplier. So it's as if you didn't have any extra cost there. But then getting the custom packaging, on a first test order of a product, a lot of suppliers are going to say, well, we have your one product here in this box, but we can't fit your bundled item in there. So sometimes you have to get that extra cardboard box to put them in and, just get it in there. I like to do test orders without going the balls to the wall strategy and putting a crap ton of money into something custom packaging. I don't usually do that till second or third order of the product and once it's validated on Amazon. When it comes to the suppliers, a lot of people are already doing this. You're messaging basically every single supplier that you possibly can. And then, I like to just ask for the product photos, videos of the product, not their fancy product photos or videos, but show me what it looks like. I was using or ordering a new product with some audio that had to be done, or it was a product based around audio. So I'm asking all the suppliers, hey, send me audio samples. And this is all before I even ordered a sample of the product. So I'm really just nitpicking down with these suppliers, and those that can stick with me the longest and I feel like are the most trustworthy, truthful, giving me all the info I need, are fast on a response time. I end up ordering a sample, and if it works well, I'm going to still throw in a few more negotiations. Hey, can we get the logo on it for free with this smaller test batch? A lot of suppliers won't do that. But, I've had suppliers literally be like, wow, you're such a good businessman. Like our boss, he says he'll do it for you this time. We never do this. So I don't know. You just got to be really persuasive and hammer it through to the suppliers and let them know that you're on the same team as them. And as long as your product is going to do well on Amazon, you'll be back to order more from them too. So I've never had a supplier try and run away with my money or anything. I'm always ordering through Alibaba Trade Assurance and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I would start with, at least when it comes to suppliers.
Yeah, and I think you're on the ball when you were talking about, let's say, packaging being sent over to the supplier. So we usually negotiate on the raw product itself and don't include the packaging. We'll go out to a packaging company, have them set it up, send it over to them. And one of the things that we'll ask the manufacturer is, can you kit it for us? And usually the kitting is free now. So we don't get charged for kitting fee. They just do it for you. 99% of the time, there's no charge for that. The other thing, when you're looking for your product, that like going and checking it out and talking to your supplier, getting a sample possibly. But the next step for us would be checking it out either on a site like an artsy fartsy stuff. So we're looking at Pinterest, or we're looking over at Etsy to see what the home makers are doing, or is there anything unique that other people have thought of that are selling. And you know that Pinterest is a really aesthetically pleasing site. And oh, wow, they're packaging it this way or that way. And now we can go back to the packaging company and say, hey, can you do something like this just to be a little bit different? A lot of the time, I don't know about you, but if people are packaging it on Amazon, they're going and they're using the same retail or the same manufacturer for packaging. It doesn't look that great. And all of a sudden you see something on Pinterest and you go to a packaging company over in China, they can do things that are just incredible to make you stand out from anybody else. So that's the only thing I'd probably add to what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely a really good idea. Outsourcing the packaging, even outside of your manufacturer. They're going to specialize on making the product for you, but maybe they have one generic packaging. And if you can stand out with the packaging, that's going to be a better perceived value if you can incorporate that in some of your images and things like that. And then, yeah, when you're doing those bundles as well, it may be a little more difficult for that supplier to do the package right there in their warehouse. But I really stress to do those because it's going to mitigate a lot of hijackers. Yeah. And, it's just going to make it a lot more difficult for people to copy what you're doing. So.
Yep. Very good. So we're getting towards the bottom of the hour, and just wanted to let the listeners know, if you do have questions about anything that we're talking about today, please throw them into the comment area, or if you have comments, what have your experiences been like trying to source new products? It is getting a bit more challenging out there, but the more of a challenge it is, I think the person that takes the extra step to be a little bit different will clean up. And this will prove it time after time. Just go into X-Ray and take a look at, and that's up with a helium-10, but just take a look at any product niche at all, and you'll always see there's that one brand that is just out there. They're doing it right, everything right. And then you've got a couple of others that are doing okay, then everybody else is eating dust. It happens all the time, and that's what it is. It's just being able to do the ebook, sending that out. Wow, this is really cool. This is a post-purchase extension of customer service. But anyways, if you have any comments or questions, throw them over. We'll be talking to them at the top of the hour. And we've got a great giveaway today. Those of you who are on this call all the time, you already know it. Hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. Tag 2 people and you'll get a second entry. Those of you, it's your first time listening, we have a great giveaway at the end of the episode. All you have to do is just hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you will get a second entry. Luke, what is the giveaway today?
Well, Norm, I just made a little mini course here that I am really excited to get out to everyone. I just kind of wanted to get down to the brunt of, some of my best strategies and give it to people that are still on the fence, that aren't ready to jump into like a full, I literally have like a 10-hour crazy course thing that, is like a little too intense, but I just made this nice, cool mini course, and I want to be giving that away to not 1, but 3 people, if that's okay with you.
That is fine. Perfect. All right. So if you'd like to take the mini course from Luke, it's hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. And I see Howard's already there. Tag 2 people, and we will enter you a second time. Now, the other thing, Kelsey, I want to remind you of, I don't know if Joe's listening. Joe sent me over a message yesterday talking about a post he wanted to put up there. And I told him that, yeah, absolutely, throw it into the group. Might be a little controversial, but I told him I would also post a link. And he's going to be probably posting that a little later on today. Very interesting post that he has. But Kelsey, if you can add that as well. And then let's just go to our sponsor. How's that? A big thank you to our sponsor, Post Purchase Pro, the only complete A to Z done for you real email and text marketing service built specifically for Amazon sellers. Post Purchase Pro creates all of your digital assets 100% for you, from marketing inserts, complete sales funnels, email follow-up sequences, and weekly email promotions. They manage and optimize everything for you to drive more sales, get higher ranking, and receive more reviews on Amazon. So check out Post Purchase Pro now to see if you too will see enormous growth like their nearly 500 clients worldwide. That's Post Purchase Pro at postpurchasepro.com/lunch. Perfect. And Jerry Mendoza, if you're on, please make a comment. So, I'm just saying, if you're on, maybe we'll sing happy birthday to Dave, but I need you to be on. So anyways, and Luke, you can join in too. I don't know how your vocal cords are, but mine suck.
Happy birthday.
Okay, you'll be the lead on this one. But
yeah.
Anyway, let's get back into it. Let's talk about verifying these suppliers now. So you've found the perfect product. You've got a bunch of samples. Now you want to verify. What is your verification process?
Yeah, first off, we're definitely going to go over and, check some of those boxes there to make sure we're looking at trade assurance, looking at verified suppliers. One thing a lot of people may not do is actually go click on their company profile and go down to see if they're actually a manufacturer. Because a lot of the times you're going to see trading company if you go to the company profile, and then they're going to have a lot more of a hard time kind of creating that bundle they want for you. Not only that, but these trading companies a lot of times are going to be acting kind of as a middleman. Maybe they're getting it from a manufacturer and then selling it to you for, 50 cents more per unit. And that's going to kind of hurt the product cost of you instead of you just going directly to the manufacturer. So sometimes I look to see that. That's a really important step in the process, to see that manufacturer. Sometimes we'll say manufacturer / trading company, and it still doesn't hurt. You go ask them, and even if it's a trading company, sometimes if you're a little sparse on suppliers to message in the first place, just send a message out to feel, and maybe you'll see, hey, yeah, these trading companies are trying to, their bottom line price is a little higher than the manufacturers. And then it validates that point right there. So after I'm doing that, then it's just kind of create that first template, that first message about what you want. And that first message, a lot of people may send just one word. Some people might send a huge paragraph. And I feel like a lot of the suppliers, I don't know, they may not have best English right off the bat, and they're not going to want to read a crazy paragraph. So I like to just kind of warm it up with some of the basics of what I'm looking for and what I need, how many units, maybe even letting them know up front, hey, I'm looking to do some DDPC shipping. So delivered duties paid, basically door to door from the manufacturer warehouse into the Amazon warehouse. You're not trying to do any CIF or other weird freight system. I asked right from the supplier to do the shipping for me, and I can talk to freight forwarders, but sometimes I've found that even my supplier will give me a really good price, almost similar to what the freight forwarder would do. So it's a one-stop shop. When I find my supplier, they're doing everything for me. I want the most simplicity possible, the least moving parts, and that's where I can go from there. And then, we see about that, and I'm making sure I'm going on Amazon. I'm taking photos of and screenshots of the other products that I want to emulate and be like. And I'm like, hey, can you show me this one? Because maybe I'm not going to sift through all the catalog of the supplier to see if they have the exact unit I'm looking for. So I'm just sending them a couple screenshots, the exact unit that I want, that I've found is doing the best on Amazon. And I'm going to create that bundle from there. I'm going to send them screenshots of the other bundled items. Hey, can you provide this? Some of them off the bat will just be like, no, we can't do that. Then boom, just work through until you're down to your top 3-5 suppliers, and then really start that negotiation process and see if you can get any little free extras, like the free logo or the extra packaging incentives that they're not going to charge you for, anything like that. And then just go ahead and pull the trigger on a test order.
Right. Yep. Very, very good. And one of the things I just want to bring up, because with any supplier, especially when they're new, if you're doing that order, probably this is something we do all the time. I've got burned too many times, is do that inspection. So many people trying to save a couple bucks, spend the $300 and get the inspection done. It will save your life. There's a couple people, I'm not sure if they're listening to the podcast today, but I know that they listen. They were saved. This was a $30,000 mistake. And because the inspector went in there, they were able to save the order. So, and this
Wow.
just recently happened. And I'll tell you another thing, cargo insurance. So this was, there was 2 countries, forget the countries, but there was 2 countries that were coming to war. Cargo's on the water last year. United States says, this is at Long Beach, refuses to bring the ship on because it's it's under the flag of the one country. So then it gets boycotted. So it goes up to Canada. They refuse it. It went all the way back. And these poor Amazon sellers, they had their cargo with no port. The ship couldn't land anywhere. So they ended up, because of putting cargo insurance on, very, very inexpensive, they were able to get the payment back. But if they didn't have the cargo insurance, they would have been done. The ship would probably still be out in the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a ship without a nation. But, or maybe it wanted to be without a nation. But these are the things that we lose control of, and we don't know. I know for me, our family, one of our containers went missing. So, bro, where's our ship, or where's our container? We don't know. 3 weeks later, we get a message coming back that it was part of the Patriot Act, that they were able to take our container. They could seize it for up to a year without telling us. And we paid for it while it was there. So that was just something out of the, like, we've processed container after container, lots of containers. But this particular one, it got picked out for some reason randomly, and it took 3 weeks and 3 weeks of storage charges. And I don't know if you know Kevin King, but his these are just things that can happen. He decided that during COVID that all this crap was happening and the ports were just backed up, he'd ship his product up to Chicago. Chicago wasn't moving. He had a licensing agreement that he had to pay for the license, and he had like $1 million worth of products sitting in Chicago for a year that was stuck in Chicago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But these things can happen, and it can happen to the best of us, the people that think that they know the system. So just, you have to take it. Like, one of the things I always tell anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, and Amazon sellers are all entrepreneurs, is that you have to be resilient. If you can't take being kicked in the legs a couple times, between the legs a couple times, you better get out, because you're going to be kicked in the legs between the legs once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Those are some great points I forgot to mention. I haven't done the shipping insurance, the freight cargo insurance, but yeah, inspections, you can just do them right through Alibaba. So
yeah,
right there, there's third-party services that'll go in there and inspect all the product for you. So
yeah, and at a reasonable price. I mean, it's anywhere from $200 to $300, and you're covered. All right. The other thing, now this is one that I really want to cover, because now you're entering my territory. This is something I've been working with for 30 years, and not so much it's brand, but you're more specific. You want to talk about personal branding. So let's talk about, how do you build that personal brand without even knowing it?
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, because I didn't even know I was building a personal brand until, it happened. And I mean, I ended up being on a TV show this last year. I got all verified on Instagram. Like, I don't even know. I'm in Dubai right now. I don't even know what's going on. And I would have never imagined I'd be here at this point right now. But it all really started. I mean, you listen to what Gary Vee says, document the journey. Okay. So really just pulling out the camera, like you introduced me as. I had the broken leg with the skateboarding accident, sat out of my job for 2 months. It was a server job. I was fresh out of college. I didn't know which path to go on. Luckily, the broken leg let me sit in bed and watch videos on how to make money online. Okay. Well, I came across FBA. I was like, this looks amazing. I ended up taking someone's course, and then I saw people promoting the guy's course and making affiliate commissions. So I thought, hey, let me buy this course and start making videos. I'll document my journey. I'll talk about, my first product order, where my shipments are at. And then at the end of each video, I'll say, hey, if you want to learn how to do this, you can check out the course. This is where I learned from. So I was literally sitting on my front porch. I pressed on with the camera and just talked to it, sitting there with a broken leg, and didn't edit anything. The ums and ands, they're all in there. The first video is still on the channel. And I just press upload. And after, the consistency is really what paid off at the end of the day. It was almost every day for a year. I mean, it was 5 or 6 uploads a day. And it was that sheer volume that infiltrated just the YouTube algorithm, I guess, so that when anyone was searching Amazon topic on that time, even if my videos weren't that high quality, they were still there, and they would slowly, strike a chord and resonate with a lot of people that were on the fence looking to maybe get into this themselves, because they saw me coming in not that professionally, making these videos thinking, hey, if this guy is doing this, like I can do it too. And I ended up making, over 100, almost 100 affiliate sales of this guy's course. And my goal in the beginning was, hey, I need 5 affiliate sales to pay off the price of this course. And, that's what I did. I got those 5 sales. I paid off the course. So not only was I learning FBA, but I was also talking about it, and talking about my process made me learn so much faster. And everything I was talking about just made it more efficient when it was just sticking in my head, So that was exciting. And then as time went on, more videos came out. People started asking me more questions. And then that's pretty much, how I built the brand without even knowing it. And then soon I became more of an Amazon, figurehead in my local Seattle area. And then people were like, hey, this guy does Amazon. He's the Amazon guy. He's the guy to go to for the Amazon stuff. No one else is hammering out, videos every day about this. And, just breaking that front door down and letting people know this is what I'm doing, and being afraid to share that was really what happened. And I didn't really know I was building this brand behind myself. I just thought, I'm going to put out videos. I don't care really how many views I get. I'm just doing it. Even if I tell one person, help inspire someone, that's cool. But I'm also doing it for me, just to reiterate what I'm doing in person with my own business, to reiterate it and make me smarter at the same time.
Did you continue to go down that affiliate side of things?
Yeah. I mean, after I did so many sales of this person's course, I thought, hey, I've covered every aspect of Amazon back and forth like 5 times now on my channel. I think it's time for me to make my own course. And I think I could do better than the one that I took. And I ended up getting tons of other people that saw me on YouTube saying, hey, Luke, I just made a course. Check it out. What do you think of it? So people that were even course creators themselves kind of respected me enough to say, what do you think of my course? So I was watching all these people's courses and thinking, hey, I think I could still do it a little better than this. And then I made mine clear, concise, to the point. And that's how I ended up doing my course. And then as far as affiliate marketing goes, with Helium 10, I revolve everything around the Amazon FBA focal point, where I'll be building my brand on Amazon, multiple Amazon brands, making sales there. And then I'll have an Amazon course. I'll have consultation calls. I'll have Helium 10 affiliate links. I'll have other links to, just what it's slipping my mind right now. It's like the website where you can, choose which product image is better than the other one or something. I don't know. There's all these different apps and services out there. And then companies started approaching me saying, hey, will you do a review video on our service? And they'd pay me to make a video. And I was like, holy crap, I'm actually getting paid to make a video now. And then I was able to throw a little affiliate link down there. I even branched out into cryptocurrency. I started that at the same time as FBA in 2017. And, I made one video that made over $45,000 on an affiliate link that was there for a crypto thing. So, Amazon FBA. And then I just followed my interests, and I wanted to talk about them. My family and my girlfriend, everyone would get freaking bored, and like they couldn't stand me talking about it to them 24/7. So I said, I'll just talk to myself. I'll talk to the camera and put it out there. And anyone that's interested can follow with that. And then the money soon followed. And then I said, holy cow, like I don't really need to get that career I went to college for in the first place. Like I'll do this, and it's helping more people. I can work on my own time. And, then that personal brand came. That TV show I was talking about, it was actually it's called Temptation Island. They messaged me on Instagram. It's like a dating show where my girlfriend and I went. There's 4 couples that go to this crazy island in Maui. And then they split you and your significant other up. And then they bring in 12 single girls and 12 single guys for the ladies, and 12 single girls for us. We're separated for a month. and her and I were the only couple to make it out together in this season, and it was literally a crap show. We'll keep it at that.
Jeez.
But man, America has some crazy TV stuff. But I said, hey, why not? Like just put myself out there, see what happens, and you never know where it'll take you. Her and Iris and I went into it with a business mindset in the first place. We're not going to go do anything crazy on national TV. So we stuck it out, and it helped boost more of the brand. And then the Instagram verification thing, and then the speaking on stages, and then I don't know. It all kind of funneled into play there.
Well, that's great. That's super. And we talk about building a personal brand quite a bit, and it's very important. It's a lot of people that they have a brand. It's your face attached to the brand. So not only branding the brand, the product, but the person inside that. And you have to be consistent. You have to like your brand story. You have to have a story. You have to be consistent. For us, it's colors and fonts, and of course the beard, but it follows you everywhere you go. And it's so cool. Like I've been into branding and personal branding for some time, and it's just an area that I think a lot of people don't think about when they're launching their product.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone out there, I mean, everyone has special interests that they're into, and it doesn't even seem like work to them. So why not just turn a camera on, document a little about it, and you never know, you'll start getting paid doing what you love. And YouTube is literally a free platform to just turn your camera on and press upload. You don't even need to buy a product. You don't need to really do anything. As long as you can talk about your knowledge, and you don't have to be afraid of what you look like, what you sound like. People will resonate with you no matter who you are. So
yeah, it is a great platform. So YouTube is one of my favorites still. I'm still trying to get a hang of TikTok. I have arthritis in my joints, so holding up that stupid phone and trying to talk into it is kind of tough for me. But anyway, any of the other ones are fine.
You need one of these little $8 Amazon selfie things.
That's what I should get. There we go. Problem solved. Oh, and by the way, Luke, I'm a little pissed. I have to not you, Luke, the other Luke in the comments. Luke M. Okay. You never offer me to buy me a coffee, knowing that coffee is my second life. But you offer this to my guest. Come on, Luke.
Whoa. Hey, what's up, Luke? You're just north of Seattle and Arlington. I go up there. That's where my barber is located. So if you I mean, I'm traveling for the next until June. I'm doing Thailand after this, and then Bali. I just wanted to get out of rainy Seattle and snowy Seattle for the winter, and I owed it myself to focus. And that's one of the big things I'm doing, to stay focused. But when I'm back, if you follow me on Instagram or something, if we have a link for that somewhere, I would be happy to, grab a lunch, because I actually don't drink coffee.
There, and the Instagram is on the it's in the there it is. That's what I was trying to say, Kels. Very good. He's on it today.
Cool.
Okay,
Awesome.
So we are getting to the top of the hour. Kels, do we have any questions today?
Not really. We have one. I think Ianet was asking if the bundle strategy is still a viable strategy, and if there's any thoughts on that, Luke. If things have changed since 2018, or is it still good to go in 2023?
I mean, yeah, if you have an opportunity to bundle, why not bundle? I had a student of mine he was doing hemp oil for dogs. Everyone was selling a 1-pack. This is just a year and a half ago. Everyone was selling a 1-pack of hemp oil for dogs for $35. He came in with a 2-pack for $49. So it was buy one, get one, more than half off. And he started doing $60K a month in revenue in his first like few months. And then he had to pull out investments. He had investors coming in, and then he just started blowing up his business. And it was as simple as doing it packs. So, I mean, a strategy from 2018 to bundle. I mean, bundles have been going on since, probably before at the dawn of man or mankind kind of thing. I feel like that's when people started doing that. I don't think it's ever going to go out of style. People always want that buy one, get one free.
Yep. The extra value added. And these virtual bundles are so easy to do right now. Again, going back to our knife sets, it's the ultimate kitchen set, and it's one of everything. So, now people can go and get one of every knife, and it's not that much less. There is value there. I think overall it's probably 10% less, but you can do a buy one, get one free too. That'll help stimulate sales. When I do that, I probably am looking at other items. I'm trying to get, like for me with soap, trying to get people to try other scents. So, buy one and then something from the rest of the catalog, you get, 5 or 10% off or whatever it is. But everybody loves a deal. And yes, Mr. Apperly, I do know that you're local. And yes, dark roast does sound good. Okay. Okay.
One more thing, Norm. If I have one more second for the bundle thing, I was doing these party decoration kits for a while, and you see everyone's doing the party kit, and it was so easy to do these. I launched a product. I found it out, bought it within 1 week. I just saw which items were selling the best individually, and I combined them into one bundle. And everyone's doing plates, cups, napkins for $25. Well, on its own for $20 is a photo backdrop and photo booth props for $15, and these special foil balloons. Well, I combined those hot selling items on their own. The backdrop was getting 800 sales a month and 1,500 sales a month for another listing. I just combined those into the plates, cups, napkins, tablecloth, and then those other extra add-ons that people were going to go buy separately. And the kit would have been $75, and I came in with it selling for $45, and I got it for $9, including shipping in Amazon, and it was just selling like crazy with $25 profit per sale. So the bundles still work. You got to stand out. And those party kit niches, they're literally infinite, infinite amounts of opportunity with bundles and kits that you can do: pirate, construction, monster truck, 80s theme, beard theme, anything.
Very good. Okay. And on that note, last chance, hashtag Wheel of Kelsey and tag 2 people. You'll get a chance to win one of 3 courses. Actually, Kels, why don't we keep one of those courses and post that in our group this afternoon? And then we'll do the 2 live, and then we'll have the 1 in the group, and we'll let Luke know about it later on today. How's that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll have a chance to win one of the 3, the 3 courses, the mini courses. And again, one of them are going to be in our Facebook group. So check that out later on. All right. So let's go to the last sponsor, and then we'll come back for the wheel.
I would just have one more comment from Chuck. Kind of touched on it before, but from Chuck: inspection saved my order, got production samples, and I found issues that I wouldn't have known about without an inspection. And Chuck recommends Efficient. It's a great company for inspections, only $115 per inspection.
That's good.
So you can check that out as well. But yeah, we'll send it over to a sponsor, and then we'll do the Wheel of Kelsey.
I want to give a quick shout out to an incredible group of sponsors that help us produce this podcast for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Lunch with Norm would not be possible without the support of the following sponsors: Post Purchase Pro, Clear Ads, Goldstein Law, Honu Worldwide, Extreme Power, Jeff Schick Law, Netfluence, Startup Club, and Dragonfish Brand Management. Thank you, and you're awesome. Now back to the show. Okay, so Luke, you've never seen the Wheel of Kelsey.
No.
Turn your volume down.
All right, here we go.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone who entered today's Wheel of Kelsey. We do this every single podcast, so make sure you come back on our next episode and you can enter again. I'm going to give this a spin. And if you are the winner, please email me, kate@lunchwithnorm.com. And it looks like Ionit is our first
great.
winner. And we'll do one more. Just let me second one. All right, here we go. And our winner number 2.
Who's it going to be?
Looks like it's
Chuck.
Hey.
All right, Chuck.
All right.
Hey, and the third one, we'll post some contest in our Facebook group today.
Yep. So we'll handle that. So if you could please email me, k@lunchwithnorm.com. That was Ionit and Chuck. And congratulations.
See, Luke, I would have thought it would have gone to you because you were offering to buy Luke lunch, but unfortunately, the $20 didn't get to our pockets. Anyway,
Man.
Thank you so much for being on. When you get back and settled, or in a couple of months, we'll have you back on and talk about some more good Amazon stuff or whatever you're doing. It was really great to just talking and shooting the breeze with you today. And you're in Dubai right now.
Yeah, I am. It's let's see if I can. I'll get disconnected from the audio, but outside my windows is a pretty cool view. But if you follow me on Instagram, you can stay tuned for this New Year's and all the crazy happenings out here, and it's cool. So yeah.
Well, fantastic. All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed our episode today. We were able to talk a little bit about product research, finding that great product for 2023, personal branding, and we'll be talking a lot more about that coming into 2023 as well. Want more great information? Don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. Also, if you want to check out our latest podcasts, click over here.
Lunch with Norm.